Thanks for having me here. So my name is Sergej. I'm Chief Security Officer for Central Europe at Palo Alto Networks. Palo Alto Networks is the leading cybersecurity company in the world. And my role as CSO is focusing primarily on thought leadership initiatives. So we are running a lot of threat intelligence sharing. We're supporting as well our main customers in strategic question and transformational questions around the cybersecurity strategy as well as working very closely with product management to ensure that we can as well get this sort of understanding from the field and transfer this back and bring this back into our product as soon as possible. It's definitely mountain. I've not been hiking for a while, but I love mountains. Oh, I guess Godfather. I think it's pretty boring to be born with a lot of superpowers, so it's more Batman. Oh, that's a good one. I think, perhaps Doctor Strange, because how cool would it be to have a time stone and be able to look into the future and see all the different possibilities which can occur, and then based on this, basically, like in cybersecurity, being a cat, who knows where the mouse is going to go and what she's going to do. So I think that would be quite cool. I think there are definitely a couple of challenges, right? But the most serious challenge is the problem with the cyber hygiene, trying really to address the basics, right? And what we see still out there is that most of the hacks, successful hacks, are happening because of unpatched systems, because of certain configurations which were not really done correctly. And this is something what we have to address right now, because the attackers are getting more and more automated. The speed of the attacks is increasing, and therefore we can't simply rely anymore on systems which are unpatched or not patched for a couple of weeks or months. So I think in our age, you can say that data is all, right, of the digital age, and there are two key technologies basically to enable that. This is first of all, I would say the public cloud, the hyperscaler, which enable this unlimited resources for calculation purposes. On the other hand, it has to do a lot of it with algorithms. So it comes down basically to machine learning, to potentially in the future, intelligence assistance or AI. Yes. And I think there we've got a lot of potential going forward. First of all, to provide advantages for cybersecurity, but also in general for security, because you can scale up certain patterns, certain problems which you have identified in one organization to a lot of organizations, automate these processes. It's like in the industrial age, we've automated the manual workflows, the manual processes, and now in the digital age with machine learning, we are automating the decision processes, right, which will help us also to address the current problem in the cybersecurity market, which is the lack of proper resources and experts. So I'm very excited to see what is going to happen, around the data we are collecting more and more, and how we're going to analyze this data and also ensure security around this data. That's a good question, because we've just introduced a couple of days ago new values in our company after we've asked all the employees in the company what their value and what the new values of the company should be. And we've come up with 5 values. And this is first of all disruption, right? We want to be disruptive in the market, especially in the cybersecurity market. We understand the old principles, the old approaches are not working. So we have to rethink how security is working. Secondly, we simply have to deliver. So execution is a second value where, we are passionate about what we're doing, and we want to ensure also that we are delivering on what we're promising to deliver, basically, right? And I guess as a third topic, but actually also one of the most important ones in cybersecurity, I would say it's a team sport around cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a problem which is far too complex to be solved alone. So collaboration is our third value, where we try to collaborate more and more internally, but also externally, and build also our principles of the technology of the organization based on this principle. And then last 2 principles would be around integrity and inclusion. I think that's also very important, that we have the right staff at hand, and we have as well the right creativity out there, basically, to tackle the problem. The world is becoming more and more complex, and we can't just address this and solve this if we have a diverse environment, diverse people as well, right? And at the same time that we are also, especially in the cybersecurity market, we are trusted. So integrity is a key value for us to ensure that we are a trusted partner for our customers. So I think it's the culture and the mission, basically, we've got in the company, right? We're trying to address the problem in a very positive way. Unfortunately, in our industry, there's sometimes a problem that a lot of companies are selling a lot of fear, right? And we're trying to change this. We're trying to be the partners of choice. And I really like in the company the spirit as well from the people and how they approach the problem. It's a very entrepreneurial spirit where I would say I'm working around, around entrepreneurs who are very self-driven, but at the same time committed to the mission and working together hand in hand. And that's what I really love about the company and value as well for myself. Yeah. So I think it's an awesome and great conference. I'm really proud that we've established such a big conference in Europe for all the software developers. I mean, I hear a lot of complaints that Asia and US is taking over in this space. It's great to have such a large conference around software development in Europe, especially in Germany, Berlin. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of pioneers in software engineering. Some of the people where I was looking up basically a few years ago when I was a kid and teenager, and trying really to say, hey, how can you become such a, goat in gaming, for instance, right? And I think that's good as well to show to the people, to the upcoming, developers, basically, people working in the industry, how things are done, what the stories of people are, basically, who achieved already great careers in the space, and collaborate, actually.